Ladies and gentlemen, podcast listeners of all ages, are you bored with traditional and dull real estate content?
Yes!
Do you want to be entertained by the most successful, innovative, and forward-thinking industry professionals?
Yes!
Do you want to elevate your business, be challenged to take action, and raise the bar in your personal and business dojo?
Yeah!
Now welcome your ninja host, Jeff Fitzer.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the Real Estate and Mortgage Content Ninja podcast. And today I am going to bring you an awesome guest, a buddy of mine who's become a friend through our mastermind out in California. This gentleman is an affiliate rep. He's not a mortgage guy. He's not a real estate guy. He's a title guy. And the reason I am bringing him on today is that obviously I don't know who's all listening to this. Obviously we're creating content for real estate agents. We're creating content for mortgage lenders. But the key here is we're also creating content for any other affiliate who's in the business who wants to create value for real estate agents. And what caught my eye and my ear, and the reason why this gentleman is on the show is because of what he is doing for his real estate agents to elevate their business, which is bringing massive value to them and obviously a reciprocation back to him. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Mr. Ryan Lipsey of Ticor Title, San Diego. Ryan, welcome to the show, brother.
Hey, what's happening, Jeff? Thanks for having me, man. Great to be aboard.
Great to have you, man. So Ryan, let's start. Tell the listeners who you are. I've already told them who you're with, but say it again and maybe a little background of what's your background in the business.
Thank you. Yeah. Ryan Lipsey with Ticor Title here in San Diego. We service primarily California and Southern California in specific. I've been doing title since 2001, and it's been a crazy ride with all the different markets that we've been through. Really focused on the lead gen and business development and revenue development, really on the real estate side as a value add to my real estate partners, brokers, offices, mega teams, and agents that we service. I mean, we're on the same side of the fence in that regard.
Fantastic. So from a title perspective, and we won't spend too much time on this, but I want to give you a little plug here. Is there anything specific that you're typically looking for from real estate agents, or are you just typically doing, a lot of the purchases, refinances, and things like that?
We seek to partner with and work with like-minded entrepreneurial minds, right? People that are in this to run their business as a business, to create multiple pillars in their real estate practice or mortgage practice for that matter, that are, scaling up to the next level, man. My goal personally is to work with the top 10, top 5% of those in our space here in Southern California that are really treating, like I said, their business as a business, not the haphazard, sometimes realtor that's going to do a deal a month, but the ones that are scaling it up to do hundreds of deals a year. That's really who we're after. And that's kind of what I attract because that's what I live is the prospecting, the business building aspects, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, that's kind of our niche.
And I follow you on social media, and Ryan does a fantastic job of creating content. I think you had an event recently at your office with, I think it was Mike Cuevas, who was talking about branding and whatnot. And that's just another example of some of the things you're doing, right?
Yeah, it's more and more important to get the forward-facing content for all the social channels. Mike Cuevas obviously does an amazing job at helping agents understand the power of video marketing and getting them off the fence and out of theory and into execution and just starting to do videos, man. You just got to start doing it, just like you did.
Amen.
And just like I've done. And so we take that, and those are the types of concepts and the types of platforms and outreach campaigns that we're really making our clients aware of, and making it as simple as possible because A to Z solutions and low barrier of entry for these guys is essential because they're just getting hit up 6 ways from Sunday on all these new CRMs, all these new tactics and campaigns. It's confusing to these agents. We just make it simple and get them right into action. That's what we really try to espouse as a team at Ticor.
I love it. And again, going back to what I said in the intro, which was obviously what we're putting out, you and I especially, is content that's relevant to real estate. And I get people that ask me all the time, it's like, you're not a real estate agent. Why are you doing that? And I don't think there's enough lenders doing it. They do it the old school way. It's rate sheets and it's here's my marketing and here's my programs. And it's everybody's doing the same thing. And I would say it's even worse in title because I think title reps historically, especially in our area, they might host a happy hour, they might go sponsor an event, but they're not thinking outside the box. And that's why you're here to talk about some of those outside the box ideas that you are using to execute. And I wanted to talk about specifically the coming soon regimen that you do and anything else that you want to share as well. But talk to me about your opinion just on that topic and then specifically about what you're doing.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. And I think that's why you're having the success you're having, and whatever level of success we're experiencing is definitely attributable to the fact that we are solving the problems and the obstacles that our clients run into, right? I'm not running around talking about title. Frankly, title's not very exciting. And my real estate agents, guess what? They don't think twice in a year about title. What they do think about is where the next deal's coming from, lead generation and lead conversion. So we run around with solution on those fronts rather than solutions on the title and escrow and settlement services front, because frankly, nobody gives a rip about that, and we have a whole building full of people that can sort out title issues and escrow issues. But there are very few of us that really learn and train and go to closing table masterminds and others of the like to make the best version of ourselves, to bring solutions to bear to our realtors. And once you do that, you're speaking their language. You're helping them overcome their problems. There's no sell. There's no selling. You're just bringing value, right? I think you're finding the same thing in your business. So that's what I'm all about. Tom Ferry, Mike Ferry, Rick Ruby, Brian Buffini, all these podcasts. I take, Gary Vee, all of them, as many as I can, so that I have relevant info to get forward-facing content for their social channels, but also the tried and true prospecting mechanisms. And that really shows itself in the coming soon regimen. So we've developed it. I think it's critical, Jeff, because the agent really owns the data only in the pre-marketing phase in today's real estate world, right? I mean, once you go live on the MLS, then Purple Fish and Redneck and whatever other entities are out there, right, are going to steal your data and repurpose it as if it were their listing. So don't keep that coming soon a secret, and we have gone so far as to come up with a 6-step plan to help you notify and tell the story of the coming soon in the neighborhood and in the surrounding community, so that other neighbors that are looking to sell can raise their hand as well.
I love it. So it's a 6-step plan for the real estate agents coming soon. Break it down for us.
Yeah, one of the very first step I think we both learned simultaneously back at Pelican Hill is the landing page. Sharon through Kingston Lane has a bitchin' program that I've just fallen in love with since we learned about it. And one of the best aspects is it has unlimited landing pages for you. And the coming soon landing page is really riveting. It's very engaging. It has a countdown clock, and you just put it on all your social media channels. And people literally want to get more information on the property. They can't access the property. They can only give you their email and cell phone to receive a call back with more info on the coming soon. It's huge at generating engagement and interest, and it's step one of the process. So the first one is setting up a coming soon landing page and putting it all over your website, all over your, Facebook, Snap, IG, and whatever other social channels you're on, Google Plus, YouTube, etc. Starting to stir the pot, starting to create a buzz about your coming soon off-market opportunity. The next step.
Let me stop you right there. So on the landing page, you're creating, like I said, it's something that triggers. So for example, you would create a post, maybe pictures of the property, and maybe there's 3 pictures and the third picture says plus 20, and you got to click it to see the rest of the pictures. And when you click it, it's going to take you to a web page that you create, a landing page, right? And That's where it's going to ask for name, cell phone, email, which will then trigger a lead.
Right. It's like old school data mining, but it's a really engaging kind of view behind the velvet rope or the curtain, so to speak, to an off-market opportunity. The whole coming soon regimen works because it taps into that part of the human animal where the psychology wants what it can't get, and it wants info on what's not available, right? Because we're dealing with one of the most informed general populace ever when it comes to real estate. You can go to Zillow, you can go to Redfin, you can go to all these outlets, and a lot of times these buyers and sellers are as informed, if not more informed, than the quote-unquote professionals in the real estate space, right? So how do we protect ourselves from that? That's why I think it's so critical to jump on these pre-marketing activities so that you're leveraging your business for more business for you. Yeah, so they go to this landing page, find it coming soon, countdown, and it has a countdown clock on it for when the property goes live. It creates engagement and interest. They can only leave you their contact info to receive info back. So very, very strong.
Phenomenal. And for anybody who has the counter or the objection that says, well, all my properties are selling like this, so I really don't care. I don't need to create a buzz around the open house. That's not the point. The point is you're creating buyer leads, right?
And listing leads. Like we talked about Xandra's team at Big Block here in San Diego and countless other mega teams that I work with. They understand that if it's priced correctly and if they're advertising it the way they should, yes, the property's going to go into escrow pretty readily, even in this market. The point is leveraging that piece to get another listing around it, right? Is trying to replace that listing with another listing. And we're seeing people getting one new listing per two that they do these and take these steps with. So, 1 out of 2 ain't bad. The whole name of the game is, if you have multiple verticals in your business, you have your sphere of influence, you have your micro farming around your solds and your coming soon, you have lead driven stuff, and then you have business to business. If you can replicate and replace a listing with a listing by doing circle prospecting like this, you're really, really winning at that point.
Love it. Love it. Move on to number 2.
Step 2, snail mail. Do the 100 closest, the 50 closest, the 1,500 closest neighbors, depending on your marketing budget, how robust or not robust it is at this moment. But direct mail, man, a lot of these agents are getting hung up on all these online entities and all these digital marketing kind of phenomena that's leaving the mailbox wide open. And especially for a coming soon, because it just listed, everybody knows it's a Hail Mary. A just sold is more effective because at least there's a comp involved, right? But a coming soon, again, it's tapping into that. Well, I didn't even know the Johnsons were selling. Holy cow. Our pool's way bigger than theirs. I can't believe they're asking $750 or $1.1 million or whatever it is. It just starts tapping into and getting the wheels turning because you don't know. They might be thinking about selling in the fall or in the spring. And this little insider information pulls them off the fence and gets them listing with you sooner than that. So send a coming soon postcard to, like I said, the closest neighbors in the neighborhood as you can afford. So step 3 is a ringless voicemail tactic, okay? You've done your landing page and you've sent it out to all your social channels. You've got a postcard that's dropping in 10 days or whatever it is through the Hyper Farmer. Talk to our buddy Holdinsky, he's the man. And then you've got a ringless voicemail. So you can go through Callfire or you can go through like Lion Desk is a CRM that offers this. The simplest approach is through slybroadcast.com. I don't get anything from them. I just found the user experience to be pretty simple. With Sly Broadcast, you upload a spreadsheet, you do an outgoing voicemail, and you hit go, and off it goes to all the cell phones that you uploaded. Tremendously powerful, especially as a follow-up to the landing page and the snail mail.
And if you don't know what he's talking about, a voicemail drop is another description, is you are dropping a voicemail into someone's phone without it ringing. So just all of a sudden, they'll have a voicemail there. And if you don't know what that is, you need to know what it is because it's becoming very popular. I'm getting political voicemails now, getting insurance. It's becoming very popular. And if you don't know what it is, you need it in your business because you want to beat everybody to it.
Yeah. And I mean, more and more, that data, those cell phones, that stuff is out there from third-party vendors all over the place. You call me or email me. I can give you recommendations for that. It's not something the title necessarily can prepare for you, but it's really, really easy to get your hands on. And it's very efficient. It takes you 15 minutes to do a campaign, if that. And you could be touching as many as 1,000 cell phones. And all of a sudden, like Jeff said, boom, you have a voicemail populated in their voicemail box. It's awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. And then so step 4 after that is, yes, doing some live calls. Okay. So I have clients that do 10 live calls a day until the property goes active in the MLS. Other people sit there and bang out, 20, 30, 40 calls as 3 times a week. Just insert it into your normal call periods. You should have 3, 4, 5, time blocked call sessions a week if you're prospecting adequately, in my opinion. If not, start creating that. And you don't have to go from 0 to 100 calls a day. And you don't have to have Mojo Dialer or Vulcan 7. You can finger dial 20, 30 people around a just sold, maybe 10 or 20 sphere of influence people, and then 10 or 20 around this coming soon. Insert it as, one of the call kind of campaigns you're doing. And live calls alone are good, but live calls after a landing page, a postcard, and a voicemail drop are really effective.
It's almost warm.
It's almost a follow-up call, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. So it's not like, oh, hey, are you thinking about buying or selling real estate today? It's, dude, did you get my postcard? Did you hear the fact that we have a coming soon off-market opportunity in your neighborhood? and you can choose your own neighbor. And guess what? If you have to sell, I can help you do that too, right? It's very soft. It's more informative than it is salesy, which is, I like that about it. And then leads us right into...
Let me ask you one question on that. What do you find, or what have you heard from real estate agents that they find is the most effective group of people to call when they're doing these live calls? Are they specifically targeting the same people that they snail mailed? Are they targeting their database? Who are they targeting?
They're targeting the same people that they've been communicating with via the, social outlet landing page, the direct mail coming soon postcard, the voicemail drop, and now you're just calling behind all those other efforts. I know I don't have to tell you, Jeff, but a lot of agents don't want to sit down and pound out phone calls, right? Mm-hmm. So you've kind of got to tee them up a little bit. Most of the agents I've encountered feel the same, and they either have dialers or buyer's agents or themselves making calls. They have a higher likelihood of banging out calls after they've done 3-4 other forms of communication, makes it into a follow-up / warm call. They have a high likelihood of making these calls, and the conversion goes up because they boost their confidence. Mm-hmm. They've got marketing, they've got outreach campaigns happening around this coming soon. The calls really just kind of fall in line. And if they just lean into it and do it, it won't be long before they experience success and grab another listing. And then they're going to be sold on it. It's going to be hard to pull them off the phones.
Yeah. I love it. Cool. Number 5.
Number 5 is coming soon door drops. So at this point in the game, we're 10 days out, 7 days out, maybe a couple weeks out from going live on the MLS. We want to start leaving invites to the open house, whether it's a mega open house a la Tom Ferry or just a neighbor exclusive Friday night wine and cheese and then Saturday, Sunday for everybody. But start building the buzz around the open house and leave invites on the doors around it. There are services that, for 20 cents a door will leave your postcard on all the doors in a given region. I think Holdinsky has a team, at least in California, that'll do that for you. But, find a nephew, find a hungry high school kid and give them a stack of cards that are inviting them to the open house. Because the convergence of digital marketing with the landing page, snail mail, voice to voice, voicemail, and now something on their front door, it's like land, sea, and air, man. If they're thinking about selling, they have got your messaging, they're aware of you. And so the sales funnel at that point can start kicking in, right? Because you got awareness out of the way. Now there's engagement. It's all about conversion after that.
I love it. So, and just for the record, real estate agents, unless you are super busy, which we all know that the data says a lot of you are not that busy, get your tennis shoes on and go walk the damn neighborhood. You know how many conversations and, just relationships you're going to make? Do it. Damn.
Right? I mean, it's kind of your job. Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, not to mention, get a little cardio, get a little sun on your face. It's beautiful out this time of year.
100%.
I don't care if it's 20 doors 3 times a week. It's better than what you're not doing now if you're not doing it, right?
Amen.
So now you're in preparation for the open house. Now you want to collect that same list that those third-party vendors can provide for the voicemail drops. You can take that data and formulate it into a Facebook custom audience. Go to your Facebook business page, and some people are doing like a video like, hey, I'm in front of my off-market opportunity. It goes live this Tuesday. We're going to have an open house the following Friday or Saturday. Please come see us. Contact me for more information. And then put that on your Facebook business page and pump it out as an ad to that custom audience. The custom audience are just the 1 or 2 mile radius right around your coming soon. I mean, think about that. They've seen you with a landing page that has a countdown as a coming soon website. They've got a postcard. They got a voicemail. They may have talked to you. They may have seen you walking around the neighborhood with invites to the open house. And now they go to Facebook to try to escape from you. And what do they see? There you are on a video, pumping up your coming soon again, right? It's a really good culminating action step. And it really ties together nicely the tried and true methods of calling, mailing, door dropping with digital marketing online on Facebook ads.
I have 2 questions. Number 1, going back to number 1, which is the landing page with the countdown. So like a lot of people will say, okay, yeah, I know what that is, but how do I have one created? Where do I do that?
Just Google Kingston Lane, or Jeff or myself, if you want to reach out, can put you in touch with the people over there to get you an account. Kingston Lane is the one provider thus far that I've found with reliable coming soon landing page. But, there are a lot of people out there, whether it's Real Geeks or Commissions Inc., that allows you to do similar landing pages. Just tap into one of those resources. You just create basically a landing page with a countdown clock feature, and it's been super effective.
Awesome. And then the second question was, Now we're talking to the vendors. We're talking to the loan officers. We're talking to the title reps. We're talking to the insurance reps. Anybody who wants to do this and create the value. How much of this are you doing for them? Are you just teaching them to do this, or are you actually executing on some of this for them?
Every state's different, and I reside in the beautiful golden state of California, which is compliance heavy. So these concepts I'm free to talk about. They're just concepts, right? These are things I've learned from coaching and from masterminds. And in Arizona and Texas and, Missouri and other places, there may be different, guidelines for compliance for title companies. So take it up with your local title provider as to what they can and can't do. We can only do title and escrow. I just am fortunate enough to be a learner and love reading and love masterminds. So I can bring these concepts to bear. And I more or less do educational forums with this stuff, Jeff. Because there's a myriad of things that they're told to do to go create business. It's hard to choose what works for them. It resonates with them. And the cool thing is it moves the needle pretty quick so that they can stay engaged and see results, and they have a higher likelihood of sticking with it.
I love it. So from a compliance perspective, you may or may not be able to create a mailer for them, or maybe you can create the mailer for them, but you have to split the cost with them or something like that. The point is here, and again, I'm talking to the people who want to create the value for your real estate agents, is Ryan's using this just to go out and basically lunch and learn and teach them. He's giving them the content. He is being the expert that their broker should be, but may not be, because there's a lot of those out there. And you can take this valuable information that you can learn on this podcast, or you can go learn in a mastermind, and you can take this content and become the authority and become the expert and be that guy or gal who everybody is attracted to, because you're teaching them how to improve their business, which will have a reciprocal effect, and they will start referring you business, correct?
Absolutely, man. And that's why I have vendors in my specific case. We can't get into the execution part of this a lot. With every step, there's a vendor that we refer the client to that is a fulfillment partner. So they don't have to overthink it. They don't have to recreate the wheel. They just have to buy in and just tap into that vendor and get it done for them.
That's golden. In other words, for number one, you have Kingston Lane. For number two, you have a Jason Holdinsky. For number three, you have the Slide Dial or whatever. In other words, you can bring other people into this, and then it's just a big collaboration. You're referring them business. So they're, again, reciprocal effect. Beautiful. Giver's gain, man. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. Ryan, this has been fantastic. I really appreciate your time. I know because you told me before the call that you are going to the beach. So screw you for that, because I am in Missouri where it's raining, although I am going to the Lake of the Ozarks this weekend, so we're going to have a good time there. Ryan,
nice.
Tell the listeners how they can get a hold of you if they want to pick your brain, if they want to use you for title, if they want to work with you. Tell them how they can get a hold of you.
RyanLipsey.com. That's probably the easiest way. You can message me. You can call me. I'm here in the San Diego market. If you Google Ryan Lipsey, hopefully there's some decent results there. Hit me on my Facebook page, Ryan Lipsey Team. And of course, my cell phone is 619-454-9366. I'd love to talk to you, whether you're a lender, a title guy, a settlement services rep. I'm all about education. In order to keep what we have to give it away. So I'm a big proponent of sharing and, revealing what's behind the curtain. What's worked for me can work for others. So yeah, hit me up, RyanLipsey.com.
This is awesome. And for those of you who are stuck with this and are still listening, this is one of his secret sauces, and he's willing to share it with us. This is awesome. If you love this podcast, please make sure you rate us. Please make sure you share it. We will make sure we get this thing out there, and we will continue to collaborate. Ryan, you are the man. I really, really appreciate you being on today.
You got it, brother. Enjoy, man. Have a great weekend.
If you're looking to elevate your business, aligned with continual innovation and evolution, Jeff wants to talk to you. Go to FitzerMortgageTeam.com and connect with him today.